Hey there, welcome to another edition of Mind Thump, your #1 source on YouTube for interesting content to feed your brain. Have you ever wanted to live like royalty, or even a medieval lord, and call a castle your very own home? Maybe you have dreamed of being a princess, living in a huge castle, with your staff waiting on your every need. Well, you are not alone. In this video, we are going to go through the top 10 most luxurious castles in the world. But before we get into it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our latest videos. Are you ready? Okay, let's get into it. Number 10. Hohensalzburg Castle. Starting with this impressive castle. Hohensalzburg Castle is located in the Austrian city of Salzburg, Mozart's hometown. This 1,000-year-old citadel is the largest of its kind in Central Europe, standing proudly at 250 meters long and 150 meters wide, overlooking the city. This mammoth structure was originally erected on the behest of the Prince Archbishops of Salzburg, and construction started in 1077. Today, this castle is a major tourist attraction for the area, and you can go on guided tours around its spectacular grounds. The most luxurious room in the castle is known as the Golden Chamber. This chamber is magnificently furnished and decorated with vines, grapes, foliage, and animals. The walls even used to be covered in gold embossed tapestries. Number 9. Topkapi Palace. After the conquest of Constantinople, the Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II started to build this castle as a symbol of his power and glory. Over the years, and as the empire grew, this palace has expanded and remained the official residency of the sultans for over 400 years. However, after the end of the Ottoman Empire, a government decree turned Topkapi into a national museum run by Turkey's Ministry of Culture and Tourism. The palace is open to the public, where you can visit the most important rooms, such as the Ottoman Imperial Harem and the Treasury. Also, such treasures as the Spoonmaker's Diamond and the Topkapi Dagger are currently on display for you to see. Number 8. Stirling Castle. Scotland is home to a great number of impressive castles. However, coming in at number 8 on our list is Stirling Castle, one of the most important and recognisable landmarks in Scotland. Stirling is located on top of a rocky hill in central Scotland, surrounded on 3 sides by steep cliffs that make for perfect natural defence. This is quite the formidable fortress. Before the union with England, it was home to many Scottish queens and kings. One of the most famous being Mary, Queen of Scots, who was crowned and died there. On the east side of the building, the Great Hall is located. Aptly named, this hall is described as the grandest secular building erected in the country in the late Middle Ages. Also, this castle is featured on the reverse side of the current £20 note issued by Clydesdale Bank. Number 7. Eltz Castle. It is well known that the Germans have a real knack for building and architecture, and another great example of this is Eltz Castle. This castle sits on the left bank of the River Rhine in western Germany, and is one of only 3 castles in this location that has never been destroyed. Remarkably, this noble residence is still owned to this day by the same family that built the castle over 8 centuries ago. The public is admitted seasonally to the castle between April and October. Visitors can view the treasury that includes gold, silver, and porcelain artifacts, plus the armory containing weapons and suits of armor. Number 6. Castel Nuovo. Built by the King of Naples, Charles I of Anjou. Castel Nuovo, which literally translates from Italian as New Castle, is one of the city's most famous landmarks. With its thick walls, imposing towers, and impressive triumphal arch, this makes it quite the quintessential medieval castle. Among the main personalities who have lived here, aside from Neapolitan, Aragonese, and Spanish monarchs, include Giovanni Boccaccio, Giotto, Pope Boniface VIII, Pope Celestine V, and Petrarch. The space under the castle was once used as a prison. However, frequent and mysterious disappearances kept happening to the prisoners. The reason behind this, none other than a crocodile, had managed to sneak its way into the prison through an opening and drag off the prisoners. Ouch, what a way to go. Number 5. Himeji Castle. Himeji Castle is a Japanese castle situated in the Hyogo Prefecture of Japan and is regarded as the finest surviving example of Japanese castle architecture. The castle is also frequently known as the White Heron Castle due to its brilliant white exterior that is supposed to resemble a bird taking flight. Himeji is the largest and most visited castle in Japan and was also registered in 1993 as one of the first UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the country. The area in the middlemost of the structure is a designated special historical site, and an amazing 5 structures within the grounds are classified as national treasures. Number 4. Versailles Palace. This can arguably be the most beautiful and stunning castle in the whole of France, and that is saying a lot. If you were to take a stroll through the wonderful gardens, or through the magnificent Hall of Mirrors, you can see that its infamy is well deserved. Versailles was originally built by Louis XIV, who is known to be one of the most luxuriously minded rulers in all of history. This was also Louis's royal residence, and he even went on to the extent of building its very own opera house, specifically intended for the wedding of Marie Antoinette. In 2017, this palace received 7.7 million visitors, making it the second most visited monument in France, just behind the Louvre and even ahead of the Eiffel Tower. Number 3. Malbork Castle. Another luxurious medieval fortress that Europe is full of is none other than Malbork Castle. The Malbork was built by the Order of the Teutonic Knights as part of their conquest of what is now Poland. This castle is the largest in the world by surface area, and also the largest brick building in the whole of Europe. The favourable position of the castle along the River Nogat allowed easy access for barges and trading ships arriving from the Vistula and Baltic Sea. During their occupation, the Teutonic Knights would collect river tolls from all the passing ship traffic. This castle is truly spectacular, and its distinctive red colour makes it unforgettable. Number 2. Windsor Castle. Our number 2 spot must be taken by Windsor Castle, built in the 11th century by William the Conqueror, and today is Queen Elizabeth of England's favourite weekend retreat when she is not at Buckingham Palace. Windsor Castle is one of the many royal residences located in the English county of Berkshire and embodies almost 1,000 years of architectural history. Windsor is also the oldest and largest currently occupied castle in the world. As of 2006, around 500 people are employed by the castle and are residing in its grounds as a functioning royal home. In recent years, the royals have hosted such names as President Mbeki of South Africa, King Abdullah II of Jordan, and both Presidents Obama and Trump of the United States here. And number 1. Neuschwanstein Castle. Coming in at number 1 is the famously luxurious Neuschwanstein Castle, located in southern Bavaria. Does this castle look familiar to you? Well, if it does, it might be because it was the inspiration for the iconic Disney Sleeping Beauty Castle, which upon the Disney logo itself is based. This grand building was commissioned by King Ludwig II of Bavaria in honour of Richard Wagner, and construction began in 1869. The castle was intended as a private residence for the king until he died in 1886. It was then opened to the public, and since then, more than 61 million people have visited this opulent castle. Everything to do with this castle just oozes luxury, both internally and externally. The king's influence is apparent throughout, and he took a personal interest in the design and decoration. That brings us to the end of the video. If you could visit or even live in any one of these luxurious castles, which one would you choose? Let us know in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and hit the subscribe button alongside the notification bell to ensure you're the first to get our latest uploads delivered immediately. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.